Hello.
We're going to like ridiculously loud.
Yeah, it goes like... Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh, literally everything I touched. Totally unacceptable.
Did you like it? Did they show much of the... They never... On the highlights, they rarely show much of the podium interviews.
They literally just showed like a tiny snippet from the end where...
Which other bit was, I'll be back.
Yeah, they showed the bit, literally what you just said, the interview of Hamilton.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa man, I thought you'd be taller, you know, you're the Terminator. And he's like, I'm not wearing my high heels. Yeah.
It was like...
It's kind of surreal.
On the Sky program, they were like, oh yeah, and there's going to be pretty good guest on the podium interviews. And like, I was like, what the fuck are they trying to say? And then it's like, Arnold walks out and I'm like, what the fuck? What's he doing here? He's in Australia.
Yeah.
And he's interviewing F1 drivers. I mean, whatever.
He's brilliant. Like, why? Why are you parking there? You have a car parked yourself and you park next to someone else.
Don't you know we're in Britain where you park, you sit and you park one space away from anything ever?
Yeah. That's the sheep mentality, isn't it? Go with the crowd, go with what you think is familiar and safe. Don't go alone, don't try something independent or unique.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a microcosm for sort of wider issues and wider thinking.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
Sick and tired of it. No,
Utter tear.
yeah, yeah. What did you think of the race overall then?
Utter tear. No, it's like...
The first thing I was like, because I tuned in right at the end, I was
Yeah.
like, where is everyone?
Yeah.
I said, there's 11 cars, that's it. What happened to the other, like, 7?
I said to my dad, like, it's funny that last year, in the first year of it, it was more reliable. And
yeah, they were, last year I remember them being like, oh, half the field might not finish.
That was this year.
And like, yeah, this
Basically.
year they're kind of like, oh, no, it didn't say much, or as far as I was aware, they weren't saying much about that.
Yeah,
Whereas,
definitely.
yeah, half of them haven't started.
Well, like, what was it?
Well, no, like 5. How many didn't start? It was like 3 didn't start, 2 crashed out or something, and something else.
Yeah,
It was, you know.
I find it good that Pasta was the first crash
Of
of
course.
this year. It's brilliant. And it doesn't matter if it's his fault or not, he's just
He
shit.
crashed out still.
Yeah, it's still
The amount of
against him.
times he's walked away from that car and it's just been a wreck.
It's brilliant.
We saw it. What are the chances that we'd see that?
Yeah, of that moment in time, at that race.
I bet you
at
next
that
year it'll be
length.
the same thing.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where we go, we'll see it.
Probably.
Live and uninterrupted.
Oh man.
The only reason he's in that team is because he brings a lot of money to the table.
Yeah.
Investments.
He
that
still
come
wears
with them.
braces, doesn't he?
Sorry?
Probably still wears braces, doesn't he? I haven't seen him interviewed for a while.
No, he does. He wears only on the bottom set. So
He
he's
looks a bit weird as well, I don't really like him.
He looks like some kind of weird gangster, drug lord.
But yeah,
Again,
meanwhile, what? So, Mercedes are just more dominant than ever. Which is good.
it's like completely crushed.
Like,
Crushed.
I thought the gap would be smaller,
I didn't.
but it's been bigger.
On pre-season testing, where they were like several seconds faster. On,
Oh yeah, okay. Then I was like,
on a
well,
slower
maybe
tyre.
I was potential, but I was still kind of like, I can't really believe
It's hard
that they would make gains and everyone else would stay, further back.
Supposedly, according to Red Bull,
Renault have gone backwards, right?
they're now 100 brake horsepower down. It's like a different kind of car now. It's like one of those.
Fucking hell!
It's one that like
That is hilarious.
it's imitating Formula One cars. It just looks the same. Everything else is different about it 'cause it's shit. It's
They fucked up then.
like, and it's to the point where the team are really frustrated, and the management are, because they feel the car itself, the philosophy behind it's good, and it's just the engine that's shit, and like they just don't have the power. They're going to the gym trying to lift a heavy weight and they can't do it because they just don't have the power. The right technique, they're wearing the right clothes,
But
the right gym membership, but they're just shit.
their little the sister team is like doing as well as they are. So I don't
Well, no,
know
then
what
they're-
that's about.
this is another issue, because this is the first car that Adrian Newey hasn't been hands-on with. He's kind of stepped back.
Yeah.
There's a danger that the team that's like less than half the investment has designed a better car than.
That would be so
big team.
embarrassing if they end up on top this year.
That'd be hilarious. Although I don't quite feel the same about them because Fingery McDoofus isn't there. I'm like, well, I kind of want to see Ricciardo do well.
I was hoping for Ricciardo to do well.
I want him to be up there.
Vettel will be fucked, but it's going to be the other way around, isn't it?
And to be fair, it's the first race, and I'm pretty sure that Adrian Newey's going to be drafted in to sort it out. Like,
yeah, they'll
from
refine
now.
the car, and the engine has. It's not like last year where at the start of the season you're like, that's it, the engine's set.
Yeah.
This year it's like, okay,
Tokens.
they've got however many tokens. In other words, the engine can be changed. So like Renault could pull their finger out and actually sort it out.
Yeah.
Honda could actually get their act together.
Yeah.
And make a car that works. Well, it works.
Oh, yeah.
But a car that's running at full potential rather than 50% probably.
To sort of like
To make sure that it finished.
Horrific.
How many laps down was he? 2 laps down.
What's the point?
And he was out of the
Shocking.
points just. Unfortunately for him.
That would have been weird if he got points and then 2 laps down. That would have been a weird race. And they saying that like on the BBC anyway, at least at the end, they said that it is interesting if they're more dominant this year, and you compare it to last year where Rosberg said that he didn't during the race because they're just being careful, but he could have lapped everyone easily. And he didn't because he just wanted to like ease in and sort of.
Yeah, you want to take it easy
First
rather
race,
than push it.
they wouldn't like go crazy. They're saying it'd be interesting to know what they could have done this year and like what power levels they had.
Because that's the thing, like this race, I imagine that Mercedes were like, okay, put the cars at 75%.
I was about to say something like that, where it's like,
you know, or maybe for a bit get a gap and then put it down to 75.
Yeah.
And then they're both on the same settings, so they're racing each other still, but both at 75%, 30-second gap to the next person, sorted.
lapped everyone up to 5th or 4th
Yeah,
place.
they're less likely to break down, less likely to run out of fuel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still racing each other, so it's still fair on
And
that
at any
front.
point, like in Bahrain, they can turn up to 100% and be like 3 seconds a lap fast.
I just want to see another moment like that.
Where they just absolutely
Where they're like, okay, we've got 10 laps to go.
Everything.
There's no fuel issues. We'll probably make it to the end, reliability-wise. Let's race 100%
God.
and see how fucking ridiculously fast they can go.
Yeah, I kind of wish this is the kind of thing where I'm like, it'd be nice if fuel wasn't an issue at all.
Yeah.
And they could just do whatever.
Yeah.
As fast as they want.
I think I was sad about Raikkonen going out as well, because he was probably... He probably would have been on for 4th,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Would have been interesting.
4th, you know, around that area, you know, 3rd through 5th.
I was
So
sad
that'd be a really good result.
Well, I,
And
said
I
the other
reckon he
thing
could beat
wasn't though.
Vettel. I reckon he'll beat Vettel. He
What,
can.
in the
He's got it
season?
in him to beat
Yeah.
Vettel.
He's more of a fighter in that respect. I think Vettel is always kind of surprising people when he has to like battle people on track. He's good, very very good technically at like hitting the apexes and all that kind of stuff. But you know, in terms of racing wheel to wheel, he doesn't seem to have the kind of racecraft and wily kind of instincts that you need, like Hamilton. Even
Yeah.
Button outwitted him a couple of years ago. Was it 2011? When he won in Canada or something?
Oh, yeah, we were
Button
going
was
to make a
chasing
mistake.
him.
Yeah.
And then like Vettel just
Just went wide, basically. That was fucking
Didn't he
hilarious.
spin or something? He like just
He got his tyres too far
Yeah.
on the wet, didn't he, basically? And just went
or
like
like
that, and just kind of just went
Yeah.
wide on the corner.
Yeah. And then like Button overtook and won, and he
That
sort
was,
of like
that was a good race, actually. I like that.
it was a good ending at least. Yeah. And I was thinking actually today, I was like, I would be happy if like by like say when they go to Europe or the British Grand Prix, that kind of that time halfway through the season, if Honda are like where Red Bull are now.
Yeah.
Which they could be. I suppose.
I don't want to see Alonso
Shit.
at the back of the grid every
Fighting
time.
fucking Sauer and
I'd hate that.
Force India.
But I don't mind it happening for a bit if they can get their act together.
I'd like them to be up there and pushing, because it kind of feels like, I don't know, there's just one or two pieces of the jigsaw that's been misplaced or not there at all yet.
Yeah.
They just need to like get it,
Yeah.
and then they're on it. That's what it feels like.
No, that'll be good. But anyway, perfect start for Hamilton. So
Oh gosh, how many races do you reckon you can win in a row this time?
I feel like
I reckon up to Europe.
the
you can.
amount of times in interviews Rosberg's like saying the most
He's a
annoying things. He's driven like a champion today.
Well, I kind of feel like he's
driving like a world champion.
I almost feel like he's broken by it.
Champion. He's
like
trying to just be like an absolute dick about it all.
It's like, the thing is, like, you can see he's a broken man. He's not shaving anymore. He's
It's
he's kind of like got bloodshot eyes.
Yeah.
He's crying himself to sleep. I think he's been broken by like the form.
I think he's a desperate man right now.
Saying that corn animal's dangerous. Thing about Monaco, where he had lost 4 races on the trot.
Yeah.
Not lost, he came second. But I was gonna say lost.
Lost them.
Lost. He kind of resorted to a dirty tactic.
Dirty bulking.
He resorted to dirty bulking.
Dirty qualifying. Yeah.
He resorted to dirty racing.
No, I don't think
he can get away with it again.
I don't think he'll do it again because he knows that if he does that, the fans will hate him, and in all likelihood, Mercedes will come down on him.
You make him lose another race like they did in Italy. Is that like suspicion that he's like, oh, he wouldn't go off twice in that area, would he? And my dad was like, yeah, he blatantly got told to do that.
Probably, but who gives a shit?
Who cares? Yeah, Hamilton won. Even if you took that race win away from Hamilton or swap them so that he still would have won by like 50 points or something stupid.
No, it didn't matter in the end.
Not glad it didn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like Hamilton might just walk it this year.
He would just. I was thinking,
he might do.
What are the chances, or what is the statistical odds that Hamilton can win every race?
Oh god, he'll have to have a fucking reliability issue at some point, surely.
The odds are he will, yeah, definitely. So what, at least
even if it's just a tyre blowing.
So at least 2. If it's either like some kind of problem in the pits where they like are really slow and like the wheel won't go on, and that means he comes like 2nd or 3rd and worst. Or worse.
Yeah.
Or he would just like his engine will fail, or there will be like some kind of problem with the gearbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could do. It's not
beyond the realms of possibility.
I think I'd like Button and Alonso to win a couple of races.
Yeah.
I'd like Williams to. I'd like Vettel to be on to win a race, and then like something stupid to happen, like he puts a wheel onto the dust and flies into a barrier.
Yeah, for sure.
And gets amnesia.
That's not very nice.
No,
it's amnesia.
Whatever.
I don't know what's going on with Alonso. Like, they're just being so dodgy about it all. They need to just come out and be like, okay, this happened. He'll be back next race. He should be back by next race.
He said he will be. They're leaving it up to doctors as far as I can tell.
He's probably not really bothered. He's probably like, whatever, I don't need to drive a shit car.
To be honest, it's probably not where they need to get the data from. It's like they need to like develop it at home.
Yeah.
They've got enough laps from like Button today and other things to know the car's shit. They know that's the problem. It's shit.
They know they're down on power, looks of it.
Well, we don't know if they're down on power, if they're like limiting what they're.
I think they're limiting it to make sure it runs.
I was about to say, I can't imagine they're putting it at full power given the reliability issues they've had at full power.
Yeah.
So maybe the only issue, the thing that remains is for them to do it at full power to see what issues arise, rather than hiding from it and being like, oh well, in races we'll like just try and get the distance. And it's like, well, at the end of the day, you're not going to identify the problems you potentially have.
Go all out.
Just use it as a testing session for the first like 6 races.
Yeah.
Extended testing sessions where, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just shit.
But anyway.
Alright.
I thought it was an alright race.